Okay, here we are back with my Magic the Gathering series, and once again we're playing Pioneer, and this time we're playing Abzan Control. So, onto our mana fixing, basically as best we can, with no fetch lands. So we've got 3 Godless Shrine, 2 Isolated Chapel, 2 Overgrown Tomb, and 1 Sandstep Citadel. 2 Sunpetal Grove, 3 Temple Garden, 2 Arboreal Tomb of Yawgmoth, and 2 Woodland Cemetery. 1 Plains, 2 Forests, and 2 Swamps. Now we are running a lot of the Pain lands, but our deck has a lot of incidental life gain, so it kind of works out at times. So onto our instants and sorceries removal package. So we've got 3 Fatal Push, 2 Immolating Glare, 2 Abrupt Decay, and 3 Hero's Downfall. 2 Abzan Charm and 1 Settled Wreckage. The Abzan Charm's good against any of the gods, especially Ronas, because he does appear quite a bit in the green decks. And obviously Settled Wreckage is our only mass removal spell. We also have 3 Banishing Light against any kind of problematic indestructible creatures or planeswalkers. On to our creature package. So we've got 1 Nissa Vastwood Seer, 3 Courser of Krufix, 2 Kalatas Traitor of Get, 1 Tasigur. Now, Nissa obviously is a planeswalker as well, which can allow us to draw cards, so that's quite good if we manage to get her flipped. Courser of Krufix allows us to thin the lands off the top of our deck. Kalatas is just actually one of my favourite creatures. I play it in multiple decks. It's great life gain, and obviously if we've got a lot of removal, we can take out their creatures and gain extra creatures in the process. Tasigur can be a good cheap creature to play, delving from our graveyard, and it will always allow us a sort of card advantage as well. We also have the namesake card for the deck, and that is 4 Siege Rhino. Can't have an Abzan deck without Siege Rhino. So onto our Planeswalkers. So we've got 2 Kaya, Orzhov Usurper, great against graveyard decks and also against any of the weenie decks. 1 Gideon Ally of Zendikar, 1 Omnixilis, good card draw. 2 Kea the Inexorable. So we've got, with our -1 we can exile any permanent, well not land permanent, so we can get rid of planeswalkers or even problematic creatures. And we can also get a recursion going with the likes of Siege Rhino by putting a Ghost Form counter on it. And our last 2 remaining planeswalkers are Garruk the Cursed Huntsman. They can pump out quite a few creatures. Obviously it's very close to getting its ultimate, but the only way it will get to its ultimate is because of the 2/2 Green Wolf creatures it pumps out. So onto our sideboard. So we've got 3 Surge of Righteousness against any black or red aggro decks. 3 Thoughtseize against any combo or control. 3 Noxious Grasp against any white weenie or large green, stompy green. 3 Necromentia against control again and combo. And 3 Return to Nature. This helps destroy artifacts and enchantments, plus we can also use it as a sort of graveyard hate as well. So, without further ado, let's get into it and see how we do. So here we are up against Drakos. We are on the draw, and that's going to be a keep. They play a Swamp. So we'll get in the Sandstep Citadel first. That'll give us all 3 colours. and allows us, if we draw a basic land, we can get the other ones down. Woodland Cemetery into play tapped this time, unfortunately. The Cunning Nightbender. So they're getting an attack for 2. So I think we'll fatal push that. So we'll be up against a mono black devotion deck, something like that, or some kind of flash deck. Play some Petal Grove. Opponent plays nothing. So we'll get down the Courser. Hopefully we'll find a land on top. We've got a Hero's Downfall. Opponent plays nothing again, so it looks like they're a bit mana screwed. So we'll get the Temple Garden down, untapped. Gain a life from the Courser, and we'll play the Siege Rhino. Gain another 3. Leave off attacking with the Courser just for now. They play another Swamp. So we'll play the Overgrown Tomb. And that'll come into play tapped. Gain the life. And we'll get in an attack for 4. Opponent does nothing again, so they're going to have to ditch. Looks like a blue-black flash deck. We'll get an attack for 6. Looks like they don't really have much, so we'll get the Kea, the Exorable out. And we'll put a counter on the Rhino. And we get the GGs. So we're going to bring in 3 Surge of Righteousness, because there are a lot of black creatures. We'll take out the 2 Abzan Charm and 1 Set of the Wreckage. We didn't really see much in the way of large creatures, although the card draw from the Abzan Charm is good. Set of the Wreckage, I'm not sure about, it may be a mistake. We'll just have to wait and see. So we're going to keep that. Don't have any access to green mana yet though. So they play an island, so it's definitely a Dimir deck. So we'll play the Urborg. They play another island. So we'll get the Godless Shrine into play, and it'll be untapped. That way we can leave up the Surge of Righteousness. So we've got a Cutthroat. And a Duress. So it seems playing the Urborg might have been a bad idea. So they take care. And get an attack for 2. We'll draw another Kea. So we'll play the other Godless Shrine. And we'll banish and light the Cutthroat. Okay. Well, I've got Surge of Righteousness to take care of this one. We'll take 2 for the moment. We'll play the Kalitas. That can block the creature anyway as well, so good if we can get some green mana for the Siege Rhino. They got Watergrave into play tapped. So there's a Cursor which we can't play. So we'll get in for an attack. Kalitas. Gain 3. Play a Swamp. Now they seem to be a bit mana flooded. So we'll play the Surge on Cunning Mindbender. Swamp. Still no green mana yet though. Get in for another attack with 3. Keep the zombie back for a block. And we'll play Kaya out. Kaya. So my daughter's got a friend called Kaya, who spells her name exactly the same way. So we get the GG's there. Okay, here we are up against PJ and Matt, and we are on the play. We'll keep this. A bit low on removal, but get down the Sand Step Citadel tapped first. A Mountain. And a Soul Scar Mage. So is this going to be a red aggro deck? Which could be problematic because we don't have any removal at the moment. Draw Knob Nixless, which isn't that great either. So we've got nothing to play at the moment. We can get the Courser down next turn. Hopefully that'll help us gain some life. Slow down our opposition a bit. Another Mountain. Another Soul Scar Mage. So they're getting an attack for 1. Nothing else to go with it, so that's good. So we've got an Abrupt Decay. I think we'll get Temple Garnet to play untapped, and we'll get the Courser down. Kea. A Monastery Swift Spear. Coming in for an attack, so for 3 at the moment. Can I take the chance of blocking? Especially if we've got a Wild Slash or something. We'll just take the 3. There's another box, we'll play that from the top, gain a life. And there's a Siege Rhino. So that's a good source. So we'll play the Kaya. and we'll get rid of one of the soul scar mages. They're a bit more problematic because they can shrink like the cursor or any of our other creatures. Not expecting Kaya to last long. And as well slash to finish it off. Well, I don't know why they didn't do it during their turn. Unless they've got something else they want to play, obviously. So it'll get in an attack for 2. So if they played it during their turn, they could have got an attack for 4 quite easily. There's an immolating glare on top. So we'll get down up next list to take care of another creature. Bit big for a removal spell, but there's a lightning blast to take care of up next list. I wasn't expecting them to last, to be honest with you. No, they're lightning blasting the courser. So that's now basically a -2/1. No, it's -1. -1/1, I should say. Abbot Kennel Keep. Get 2. So it's got haste as well. So they're going to get in on with the Gitu on next list, which will block. So I can keep on next list around just for a couple of extra turns. I'll take 1 from the lava that Monastery Swift Spear. We'll draw a card. We've got another immolating glare. So that's good, we can actually take care of all 3 of these creatures now. And still keep up next list on the table. Unless I've got some kind of burn spell for them. So they're all coming at me. Doesn't matter which one I target. So there's a Wizard's Lightning, which is going to take out Omnixilus. So I'll take out the Abbot as well now. And finally, the Monastery Swift Spear. We lose Omnixilus, but we may have stabilised a bit. Still on 12 life, which is good. We'll get down to Siege Rhino, so we'll gain some more. We can get down one of the Kaya's next turn. I'm going to end up switching between Kaya and Kaya all the time, so just bear with me, please. It's not intentional. So we'll get down Kaya, whatever you want to call her. And we'll exile 2 cards and gain some more life. Get in for an attack for 4. So there's a Searing Blaze. Searing Blood, I should say. And a Lightning Strike. So that's going to take care of our Siege Rhino, and we're going to take 3 damage from it as well. They're not playing anything, so that's good. We've got an Abzan Charm. So exile a couple more. Gain another 2. Play the Abzan Charm and draw 2 cards. Let's see what we get. So a Siege Rhino and an Urborg. Damn, I never meant to do that. I was meant to tap the Urborg I had already in play first. No, that was a bit of a misclick. Nothing from our opponent again, so we'll exile another 2 cards. And play the Overgrown Tomb untapped I should say. Play the Siege Rhino. Gain another 3. And we've got the GGs. So we'll definitely be bringing in the 3 Surge of Righteousness here. They're obviously they're mono red, so that makes sense. Take it the 2 Abzan Charms and 1 Nissa. Mainly because we never really saw anything power 3 or greater, although again the card draw is quite good, and Nissa would just die to the creature removal anyway, I think. So we'll keep this a little bit slow, put back the Tasigur. Mountain for them and a Swift Spear. They're getting in for an attack for 1. So we draw a Temple Garden, so we'll play the Swamp. Another Swift Spear. And another one. Well, things are not looking great at the moment because we're going to be playing for another turn or 2. Getting for another 3, so are we still going to be alive by that point? Depends on how much burn they've got in their hand as well, I suppose. There's a Gideon. So we'll play Temple Garden, tapped, and don't really have the life to give up for it. Another mountain, a Soul Scar Mage. So did they have a creature heavy hand this time? Get in for another 3. If they have, it might give us a chance. So we'll get down the Sunpetal Grove and we'll take out the Soul Scar Mage. Now, they're all prowess. The Soul Scar Mage is the only one that gives a kind of extra ability on it, which could be problematic, so target that one first. So getting in for another 3. A Spikefield Hazard. And deal another damage. prowess on them all, so that's 7 damage altogether. So it's basically lost half her life on that round. Things are definitely not looking good. Play God's Shrine tapped. And we'll banish and light another Swift Spear, but if they've got any kind of burn on top, then that's us. Get in for an attack with 2, and not much we can do. Just for the 4 and play another mountain, so that's good. Play the Sandstep Citadel. Play Gideon. Get a blocker out. Although in saying that, if they get a burn spell off the top, it's not going to make any difference because they can burn us and then hit us for 2. So the Kalatas would probably have been a better idea, but it's too late now. Another mountain. So are we going to get lucky? No attacks. So we did. Overgrown Tomb. I'll have to come into play tapped again. And we'll definitely get Kalatas out now. Still not in the clear yet. Create another 2-2. Another mountain, so they're definitely flooding, which is helping us a lot. There's a Siege Rhino, so that's definitely going to help. So we'll gain another 3 life back. And we'll turn Gideon into a creature. And get in for an attack for 5. And we get the GG's. Well, here we are up against Destimon 1. We are on the draw. And that's going to be a mulligan. We'll keep that. And put back the Castle Ardenvale. An Overgrown Tomb tapped. There's a Cell of the Wreckage, so we'll play the Shambling Vent. Llanowar Wastes. Still don't know what our opponent's playing just yet. So we'll play the Overgrown Tomb tapped. We've got a Fatal Push there. For anything they might play. So a Wildborn Preserver. So we'll push that. There's a Thorn Lieutenant. Yeah, we'll push the Preserver because that can get quite big very, very quickly. So we'll get the cursor out. So by the looks of things we're playing against elves. Dwynen's Elite. They've not played any more land for a wee while. Looks like they might be looking for land. So, draw 2 cards. Kalatas in a swamp. And we'll block the Dwynen's Elite. So, play the Sandstep Citadel from the top. And play Nissa. Grab a forest. Llanowar Elves. No attacks. Play Temple Garden from the top. Pay the 2 life. And we'll get out a Kalatas. Elvish Rejuvenator. No attacks just now. Play the Godless Shrine from the top. Pay the 2 life. There's a push on top now. We'll play the Siege Rhino. Another Elvish Rejuvenator. Got a forest to play from it. Woodland Cemetery from the top. Nissa's going to flip. So +1 Nisa and draw the Hero's Downfall. Play Gideon. And create a knight. Attack with the Rhino. So we'll discard probably one of the lands, just discard the Shambling Vent then. A Marwyn the Nurturer. And an Elvish Clan Caller. So we'll push the Clan Caller. Get a token as well. We'll pull in some Petal Grove from the top. Draw the Siege Rhino. Drain them for 3. Turn Gideon into a creature. And get an attack for 9. They'll block the Gideon, take 4. And we get the GG's. So we'll bring in the 3 Noxious Grasp. A bit of a no-brainer because it's all green. Take out 2 Abzan Charm and 1 Garrick the Cursed Huntsman. Garrick the Cursed Huntsman because it's one of our larger casting costs, so we might not even reach there. But the removal on the Abzan Charm is a bit clunky because it's one of each colour. So this will be a keep. Just need 1 more land for the Banishing Lights. There's an Elvish Mystic. There's another land. We'll put the Godless Shrine tapped. So we can get another white mana. But then we can get a Settled Wreckage as well. Forest and an Elvish Warmaster. They'll get them for 1. Play the Forest. They're coming in for 2. So we'll Noxious Grasp that. There's a Sylvan Messenger. There's our other white source. Play the swamp. Although we should have played the shambling vent first, because it comes into play tapped. And saying that, anything they're going to be playing just now is going to have summoning sickness, so it may not make much of a difference. But we're saying it will, because even if they play it this turn, they'll go to attack next turn with it. Elvish Rejuvenator. So yeah, the Shambling Vent should have been played first. And a Thorn Lieutenant. Take out the Thorn Lieutenant. There's a Driven. And we'll have a Despair as well, so it looks like I'm going to be discarding 4 of my cards. Llanowar Elf. They're going to refill their hand. So what we're going to keep. Well, I think we'll end up keeping the Set of the Wreckage, but I don't think it's really going to make much difference. Unless we wait a turn or 2 for them to play out a lot more of their creatures. Although to be honest, there's no reason to, unless they get greedy. We'll play the Sunpetal Grove. So we'll still have the Shambling Vent for a block. But I don't think it's going to make much difference, so. One land, so, or 2 lands, so I think that will be a mulligan though. I'm saying that, yeah, no, a mulligan. That's worse, that's only 1 land. We've got 2 there, but I don't think we can go down much more, so we'll keep that. Put the Gideon and the Rhino on top. I'll actually put the Hero's Downfall because it's got a double black. We don't have any black at the moment. Play Temple Garden tapped. Wildwood Cemetery. There's a Godless Shrine, so we'll play that tapped. Make Courser out next turn. There's a Llanowar Elves. We'll get the Courser out. Another Courser on top. So we can play the other Courser next turn. Oakham Adversary. And there's a settle the wreckage. Put the other cursor. Play the shambling vent. Gain 2. Now they know the settle of the wreckage. We're going to have a settle of the wreckage in hand. So now they're driven. I'm going to get the despair as well, more likely. Yep. So we're going to end up losing a card. Actually, we're going to end up losing 2 because they've all got menace. So we'll double block the Wildborn. Play the Isolated Chapel. Dwynen's Elite. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Getting in with the Oakham Adversary. Take the 2. Play the Some Petal Grove from the top. There's a Banishing Light. Another Wildborn Preserver. And Dwynen. We're going to pump the team now. Get them for those 2. So I think we're going to have to use the cell because I think we're going to get a much better target with it. They'll know we've got it. And we can use a Banishing Light the Dwynen. There's a Thorn Lieutenant. Play the Plains. Another land on top. We're just getting mana flooded at the moment. So yeah, I think we'll take out the Dwynens. There's an Elvish Clancor. So much mana they can actually start searching for other ones now. Which is not good. Here they come in with a team. Turn the Shambling Vent into a creature. We'll block the Lanowar Elves. Dwynen's Elite. And the Elf Warrior as well. Another land on top, Temple Garden. So we'll play that. No point paying the 2 life. There's no Nixilis. Oh, we know the Thorn Lieutenant can get an extra big boost. Turn the Shambling Vent into a creature beforehand. I'm assuming you're going to pump up the Thorn Lieutenant. We're going to search for another Elvish clan colour, because we've got a next list coming down. And a note came adversary. With Overgrown Tomb tapped. There's an Abrupt Decay. So we'll play Ob. We're not going to have enough mana left to turn the Shambling Vent into a creature though. So is there much point in trying to destroy one of the clan colours? Draw a card. Give us the Abrupt Decay, which we'll use on the Thorn Lieutenant because it's the biggest one. There's a Dwynen's Elite. That's going to pop the team as well now. So they're getting in with the team. 2 of them are going at Ob. No, 3 of them are going at Ob. And the Oakham is going at us. So we're going to lose Ob. I have to try and keep a hold of the cursor just to thin any land off the top of our deck. But I think it's going to be too late now. There's no Overgrown Tomb. We'll play that tapped. There's a Banishing Light. That's a Well-Born Preserver. Driven. There's a Despair, so nah, they're going to get through with everything. Yep. Well, here we are up against Azrael Cherub. We are on the draw. And that's going to be a mulligan. We'll keep that. And put back on Nicholas. They play a Forest, Pearl Collector. So is that a Hardened Scales deck? Or just kind of green aggro? We play the Godless Shrine, tapped. Woodland Cemetery, a Hardened Scales, so it is a Hardened Scales deck. And an Experiment one. So we're going to get in for 1. We'll play the Forest. So we've got the Hero's Downfall, which we can't even play next, but we've got Care, which we can to get rid of either the Pearl Collector or Experiment one. So play the Sunpelt Grove and get Kea down. And we will exile the experiment one. It is a bit more problematic because it can regenerate if we want to target with a hero's downfall or something. Fully expecting to lose Kea here. There's not much I can do about that. 4 to the face. I don't think this one is going to go our way. There's a hanger back walker for 2, it doubles up to 4. Abrupt decay, so we can take out the pelt collector. I'm going to put a +1 counter on the hanger back worker. It's a pity we don't have Kea left because Kea could take care of the hanger back worker without anything coming into play. There's a great hinge. So we'll abrupt decay the pelt collector. Let's see what we draw. They're going to gain 2 life. Temple Garden, so nah, let's have to. Even if we did kill the hanger back walker, can't even get Kalitas down, so no. So we'll bring in the 3 Noxious Grasp and we'll take out a Siege Rhino, Courser of Crufix, and a Garrick. Take out a few of the bigger creatures and hopefully the extra removal will help us. Okay, so I think it's a toughie. I think we'll mulligan it though. We'll keep that and we can get rid of Kalitas. Play the Sunpelt Grove tapped. We've got a double black mana this time for the hero's downfall. There's a Duress. So they're going to take the hero's downfall now then. Isn't good. Play the Swamp. And they play a Pelt Collector. 2 Pelt Collectors. We've drawn them next to us there, so there's another Borg. So we'll play Nissa and get a land. So they play a Forest and a Hardened Scales and a Hanger back walker for 2. So that's going to pump up both Pelt Collectors. They're getting in for 6. There's an Abzan charm, we can take out one of them anyway if we want, but we'll get the Siege Rhino down to see if that will help shore up our defences first. Gain 3 life. With another land we can get Omnixilis down as well. If the hanger back walker becomes too large, we can get rid of it with the Abzan charm. There's an Avatar Resolute. Okay, so they're getting it for 10. We'll have to double block one of them. So they're going to take out the Siege Rhino. There's an isolated chapel. Play the Abzan charm on the avatar. Play the isolated chapel. I think I would have preferred to keep a hold of the Abzan charm for the likes of the hanger back, but possibly getting down Ob Nixilis with extra card draw would be good as well though. They play Dreadhorde Invasion. They're coming in for 5. We'll take it. There's a Tasigur. So we'll kill the Pelt Collector. Next time we could possibly get Tasigur down or even the Courser. They're pumping up the hanger back now. Here comes the hanger back in on Nixilis. We'll be blocking Woodland Cemetery. We'll draw a card. There's an Abrupt Decay. There's a Courser into play. Take it to Dreadhorde. And we'll get Tasigur down as well. Another Dreadhorde Invasion. There's a Siege Rhino. We'll gain a life. Draw a card. The Noxious Grasp on top. Isn't really helpful because I've got no green creatures. We'll get the Siege Rhino down. Gain 3. I think they've still got the upper hand at the moment. They're getting in for 6. On Ob Nixilis. So we'll block with the Rhino. They play an Experiment 1. So there's something for a Noxious Grasp, at least. There's a Gideon. And a Kea, so that's good. If we can last long enough for that. So we'll get the Gideon down. Because Kea can take you to the Hangerback Walker. We'll create a 2-2. They're slowly killing themselves. There's an Ozolith. So they're getting with the Hangerback Walker and the Zombie Army. So that's going to gain lifelink. They're both going into the Planeswalkers. We want to keep on Nixilis. So we'll play the Kea, get rid of the Hangerback Walker. Actually, we'll kill the token. We've got a Noxious Grasp for the Experiment 1, which we'll use just now, so that those counters don't allow it to regenerate. It doesn't create Henge. They can't attack just now with the zombie army. So play that. We'll exile the Ozolith. Kill the zombie army. Get in for 2. And we'll draw a card. I don't believe they've got anything that has haste. And we get the GGs. Here we'll bring in the 3 Return to Nature. And we will take out a Garrick, Cursed Huntsman and a Kalatas. I know we're going down a lot more creatures here, but hopefully, as I said, with the extra removal on the Ozolith and other creatures that they've got. So there's a Settle the Wreckage. 2 land. We do have a Return to Nature to take out one of the hardened scales if we want, so we'll keep that. Just need 1 more land for the Hero's Downfall and the Banishing Light. So there's an Overgrown Tomb tapped. Untapped, I should say. Pearl Collector. Thought it was going to be a Duress or Thoughtseize there for a second. So we'll get the Temple Garden down. Tapped. Siege Rhino should help. And they're playing an Avatar of the Resolute. So we'll get them for 2. So there's an Abzan Control. So I'll play the Isolated Chapel. Still need to draw more land though. If we don't draw more land, then there's not much we're going to be able to do at all. So they're getting in for 5. Looks like they're a little land pinched as well, so that might help. Experiment 1. There's 1 land, so it's a Castle Ardenvale. So we'll take out the Avatar of the Resolute with the Abzan Charm. Hopefully they're not going to have much else to play. There's another Avatar. Not good. We only have the ability to take out 1 of them just for now. They put us down to 8, so we've got a Woodland Cemetery. So we can play the Siege Rhino. Gain 3. That can defend against your creatures. Next turn we can use the Settle the Wreckage, quite possibly. No attacks, so that's good. Got Noxious Grasp there. So there's a Dreadhorde Invasion, so we've got the Return to Nature to take care of that. And no attacks again. So there's a Godless Shrine. Play that tapped. I have to hold back still at the moment. There's another Experiment 1. Shambling Vent, pass the turn, Blooming Marsh into play tapped. Again, no attacks. This is working in our favour, I think. There's an Urborg. So we can play a Tasigur, but we wouldn't have enough mana for the settle afterwards. And here we're getting a Blood Chief's Thirst, so I'm very thankful we kept. Never played the Tasigur. They're going to attack for 7. So we'll use the settle. Play the Sunpale Grove. Noxious Grasp, one of the experiment ones. And Hero's Downfall the other. Now we can play Tasigur. We'll leave the Abzan. No, we'll take the Abzan Charm out. So we'll leave the Return to Nature, Noxious Grasp and Hero's Downfall. There's a Winding Constrictor, so we do have a Banishing Light for that if we need. And the Hanger Backwalker. Banishing Light obviously will be a lot better for that. Draw a Kea. So we are able to play both Kea and the Banishing Light. So we'll mill 2 with Tasigur. Return to Nature and another Noxious Grasp go into the graveyard. What did they give us? They give us a Noxious Grasp, okay. We'll take out the Hanger back. And we'll attack for 4. And we get the GGs. So how did we do in the end? Well, from the video you saw we went 3-1. However, we did play a couple of other games that didn't make it into the video and we lost each of them, so we went 4-3 altogether at a loss. So I think the deck worked quite well. I definitely did enjoy playing it. As for any kind of changes to the deck, well, you could possibly take out the Immolating Glare and put in Heartless Act. As for anything else, maybe extra board wipe, so maybe another Settle the Wreckage or Bontu's Last Reckoning. Gideon didn't really seem to do much, so you could feasibly take him out. The rest of them worked very well, although we didn't really see Garrick that often. So you could potentially take Garrick out as well for a better based Planeswalker, or extra creatures, maybe like another Cursor, maybe put in another Kea. There are lots of Planeswalkers which you could use, so there is that thought of changing that out. Because we don't run an awful lot of creatures for the emblem to become that big. So yeah, I would say quite possibly take out Garrick, maybe put in Elspeth, Sun's Champion. So thank you for watching, and I will hope to see you again soon with my next deck. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon. YouTube is showing you a couple of videos you might like. Comment down below. Remember to give a big thumbs up and subscribe. Bye!